We're going to look at the quarterbacks, and it's brought to you by DirecTV. We thank you, or thank them for bringing our position group breakdown. Quarterback. Okay, you have the best quarterback on the planet who was just on the field today. We just watched him. And the question was from 18 to 19, 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. He got to the AFC Championship game, was the MVP. Now what? I was super proud of him last year, Matt. I thought he took the next step forward as a National Football League quarterback because he had to gut through the years. Stats weren't as good, but 26 TDs over 5 picks is really good. Yeah. And when you look at what he did from a toughness standpoint. So I'll give you the million-dollar question of the show, what we get asked every day, 19 to 20. Now what for Patrick Mahomes?
Well, that is the million-dollar question, and it was therapeutic watching him out here today, wasn't it? Seeing Patrick Mahomes sling the football around. And you're right. I mean, we could talk for 2 hours about just Patrick Mahomes' numbers and stats and how great he is. But what does he do next? That's the question. And my thought is you see a player that, like you said, his stats necessarily weren't astronomical like they were in his first year, but little things were better. You think about leading a team to 3 straight double-digit comebacks in the postseason. I mean, you can't teach a guy that kind of skill. So his ability to be more confident in his own ability out on the field, and also his comfort level with Andy Reid's offense and his ability to read defenses. If you think about his age, he's really not even in his prime, which is mind-boggling to think about. But how does he approach now this third season as a starter in the NFL and know a little bit more about how defenses are trying to attack him? Because defenses are eyeing in on him as the reigning Super Bowl MVP and MVP before that. Guys are trying to stop him. They want to make their career out of stopping Patrick Mahomes somehow. And I don't think they can do it. And it's his job to figure out, how can I be one step ahead of those guys? And I think that's kind of the next progression for him. And I have full confidence in his ability to do that.
And keeping him healthy. You don't want to take away his ability. I mentioned the RPO game. The Chiefs are doing it better right now than anybody in the NFL. Show me somebody better. To continue to attack downfield in that. But 3 rushing touchdowns in the postseason. His incredible run against Tennessee in the AFC Championship game. And yet you want to keep him healthy. Reduce the hits on Mahomes.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this later on in your podcast. That's our plan. But, yeah, and he's gotten significantly better at that over the last 2 years. His first year, just because he's kind of learning things a little bit, being hit more when he throws and taking more sacks. This past year he was better at that. And I have confidence in the Chiefs' offensive line, particularly that interior where there's a lot of depth there with some new guys, that they can protect him, and also his ability to get the ball out quicker, his ability to understand what defenses are trying to do, and just his comfort level with his receivers and his offense. I think those numbers will keep trending in the right direction.